All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Marie, and this is Behind the Mic. Our first guest on this podcast is a lead singer and owner of her neo-soul and R&B band. She's a music major at UNT who also writes and composes her own music, and she's an artist that I actually instantly connected with on the stage. I was so connected that I was almost scared that it wasn't going to work out. But I have enjoyed connecting with her so much and working with her, creating with her, and collaborating with her. Welcome, Deyana Janae.
Hey, thank you so much for the warm welcome. I've had a great time working with you as well. This has been a really great experience, so I'm really excited to continue working with you.
Okay, so this podcast is really supposed to dive deep into artists. I always find myself just trying to get to know what is in the mind of artists. And so I'm very obsessed with it. And so I feel naturally that everyone must be as well. And so I'm here to kind of ask you some questions about who you are, what your background is, and really discover the love for art and try to get into your mind here. So
Okay, all right. I'm excited.
Yay. So first question is, how did you discover your love for singing?
I discovered my love for singing through my grandmother. She used to, well, she still does, but she sings in church, and she would teach me these little songs, like little easy churchy songs, and she'd be like, all right, go up there and sing it. And I'd be like, I don't know, grandma. But she always like saw, I guess, the artistry in me before even I knew it and my parents knew it. She was like, that's my singer right there, and she would just push me to do it. So I would even still say, like, right now, like, I think she's my main motivator for continuing on through this journey, because I'm just like, yeah, like, for my grandma, like, we're in this, we're locked in. Yeah.
I love that. How old were you?
The youngest I would say is probably like 4 or 5. But my first time like really like getting on the stage and taking it seriously, I was about like 12. I was 12. That was the first time I was on a real stage. So
obviously your grandma believed in you, but was it easy for you at that age? Do you remember?
No, it was not easy. I know, like, when I first like really started taking it seriously when I was 12, I had a friend, and she was like, y'all want to have a singing contest? And I was like, okay. And I heard her sing for the first time, and I was like, yo, I gotta step my game up. Like, that was beautiful. Like, I want to be able to like sing with her. And at that time I was really nervous, like, and not like fully confident in myself. But, you know, I just kept practicing every day, hours. I was like, okay, let me work on this note. Okay, let me take this line. All right, let me see if I can do it in my own way. So, and that's always been a part of me, is how can I elevate and make the song my own.
So many directions I can go with that. I mean, even that reaction, so that was innate in you. Some people can have a challenge and shrink, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about how you almost had an experience later. You talked about being on the stage. And is that moment when you were either 12 or 14?
Yeah, like when I just kind of got on to the stage and I was like, okay, God got me. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, you had talked about there being some sort of moment that switched to make you want to be a better performer as well.
It was probably that moment. I don't know if I mentioned the friend in the last time we talked about it.
What's cool, and the only reason I mention it is what's cool is I do think it was a different moment, which is a cool conversation to have, because I know that I do the same thing whenever there's like a moment of, okay, I'm going to grow. And I think like, okay, this is a big change or whatever.
Right.
I've actually already done that. I've consistently made a choice to rise to the occasion, essentially.
Right.
And
That's funny that you caught that, because I'm like, yeah, I guess I did have I had a couple moments like that where I'm like, yeah, I got to get better. I got to lock in.
yeah.
But I will definitely say the story that I just told you, that is the one that's what really propelled everything for me. We were in like 6th grade or something like that. Yeah, because we were 12. And at the talent show, that was my first time like just doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, oh my God. And I was just
Yeah,
like,
it was the talent show. That's what it was that you talked about last time.
Yes, it was the talent show. Yeah. I'm like, I'm glad we made it back.
We did.
But yeah, it was that talent show, and it was just such a good feeling. And when I finally did it, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is me. This is Deyana Janae.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about that moment made it feel like you?
Because I grew up like really shy, and I feel like that moment really helped me get out of my shell. And when I sung for the first time, it was like I had finally like found my voice and how I was going to represent myself. So I think, yeah, that's what that's what it did for me mentally. I was just like, yeah, I'm a butterfly.
Okay. Describe more of this voice that you found. Like you said, a butterfly. How else would you describe who you are as an artist or a person or whatever you Yeah.
I will say, when I was younger, my voice was stifled a lot. And I think that led to me outwardly in public being like conserved. And being on stage, I feel like that's the only time I could just be like who I am. And I think that is somebody that's a diva a little bit. She likes a little bit of attention, not gonna lie. And someone that wants to inspire other people with my voice, in the same way that I was inspired by my friend. Like, she sang and I was like, yeah, I gotta learn how to do this. And I don't know, I hope that whenever I'm singing and I'm on stage, I'm elevating someone else's spirit and they are being inspired to also like go out and sing or do whatever they want to do. Not even just what I'm doing. Just, I hope I'm inspiring. So, yeah.
Aw, I love it. Do you feel like you're growing to be who you are on stage or vice versa?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Okay. I think that maybe it's vice versa. Maybe I'm starting to bring out the person that I am inside onto the stage and then into the public. If I'm answering that correctly. Yeah. Okay.
I totally said vice versa because I could not formulate how to say it opposite in my head. So I'm glad that you got it.
But like, I'm like, we're locked in. I feel like, who is that girl I see? Anyway, I feel like the person on the inside is coming out more on stage. So, yeah.
Beautiful. What are the other steps that you took in order to get there?
I just practiced a lot.
Like how much?
I think when I was like that first talent show, I was practicing like every day for like 5 hours until I would literally sound exactly like the artist on the record. And I had to learn how to stop doing that and just make it my own. And in doing that, that's more practice. It's like, okay, I'm singing like, I'll say Ella Fitzgerald, let me see how Deyana Janae will sing it, and what notes I would change and what inflections I would do to make it my own and make it my signature, I guess. So it takes a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of me just getting out of my own way and just going on stage, because there was a period of time where I didn't go on stage for like 2 years. That was like during COVID, because I got insecure and I got like depressed, and I was like, no. But me being on stage and getting that practice, and every time that I'm up there, I get better at it. So it just, it just takes practice is my main thing that I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that. I am a dance teacher, and there's so much that I've learned from teaching other people. I mean, it's very established. They know how to teach people how to dance, right? So they train us to do the same.
Right.
And there's so much of just doing it.
Yeah. Literally, like, you just got to do it and jump out. And I know, like, to me, the analogy to me is like jumping off a cliff. It literally feels like that. Like, every time that I go on stage, I'm like hella nervous, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. And everyone around me is like, calm the F down. And I'm like, I'm trying. And then it's like right before you take that leap, you take a deep breath, and it's like, okay. And then you just do it and you just sing. So yeah, literally anything with talent and artistry and doing what you love to do is just taking that leap, and then you get better at it, and then all of a sudden you're a pro.
Yeah. But it takes a lot to take that leap.
It does.
Like mentally, especially because we're so scared of being who we are, and of making mistakes, of not being good enough.
And that feedback. Yeah.
But there's like a lot of mental that clearly that you have worked through, even though I don't know that you've worked through, but 5 hours a day when you're 12 is crazy work. And
it is a little, like, when I say it out loud, I'm like, that was a little intense. Like,
you're obsessed.
A little bit obsessed, just a tiny bit.
So that's just practicing the singing, right? But then performing itself is a whole different skill.
Whole different thing. Because you have to, like, engage with your audience and keep your eyes open and make sure that you're not like sweating so bad that everyone can see. Like, it takes a lot to just like, okay, calm down. And that's not something that I've always had, and it just comes with time, and just keep going. You
talked about your grandma, obviously. Who else who or what has been like the support system that has gotten you to this place?
My mom. She is my rock. Love you, mommy. She is the CEO of Deya'Soul LLC, and I wouldn't have been able to make it this far if it wasn't for her. And she's my main support system, and then my grandparents, obviously, and then the friends that I'm making along the way, like, if like you, like, if I, like, it's all about like the connections that you meet, because without your people, without your community, it's just like, who are you? You're just a person that's singing on stage, like. And yeah, I just really appreciate the people that I'm encountering. Like, I appreciate y'all for real. Like the opportunities that are being presented. So yeah, y'all are, everyone that's actively helping me and supporting me and getting me through this journey. I would say they are my support.
Lovely.
Yes.
How'd you meet your band?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, how I got the idea to start the band. Let's start there.
Okay. She's asking the questions for me. No, just
my bad. Let's see. It was my 24th birthday, and I was going through a rough patch, and I was like, you know what? I want to make some new friends. And I invited the city of Dallas into my backyard, and I was like, hey, I'm hosting an open jam sesh. Y'all come out, let's make some music, let's have some vibes. And that's where I met Zoe, my piano player. And then I met my bass player Mina. I met my bass player Mina at another like kind of backyard show, who I wouldn't have met if it weren't for one of the people that came to my birthday party. His name's Deuce. And then I met my guitar player, Larry, just at school, because we were in like a songwriting class together, and we had worked together, and I was like, oh, he's talented. And then I met my drummer through Zoe, and yeah, it was all fate. Like, if I hadn't had thrown that birthday party, I wouldn't have met any one of them. So, except for Larry, we were in school, but but everybody else, like, it was destiny. So I'm really happy with the people that I have right now. So really thankful.
Yay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have to say this, that I met them because I had put up a flyer at UNT. First of all, they're exact, like, to the T what I had manifested, which was very, very cool to experience. So yeah. And I get this call from Larry, and like, he's like, yeah, we just started this band in January. It was like February, the end of February by that time. He's like, yeah, we just started this band in January. We're already doing gigs. I'm like, dang, you guys are like, you guys are workers in order to already be doing gigs.
Yeah, we weren't playing games. Like, literally the first week or the second week that we rehearsed together, we were like, y'all want to audition for Tiny Desk? And we were just like, yeah, let's do it. And we worked really hard for the next like month. No, it was less than a month, to get that submission in for Tiny Desk. And mind you, we had all just met each other and still trying to like figure out each other's playing styles. But that's what I really appreciate about the group, is that we're all like, okay, we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. So
yeah, that's special.
Yeah, it is.
And it seems like from your story that you've always had that kind of work ethic.
Yeah.
But is there any times that doesn't feel natural for you, or anything that you do in order to get out of that space?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I struggle with like depression, and so and so sometimes you're not supposed to joke about it, but you know, it's just one of those things. It's the music that like pushes me out of it. Like, I wrote during one of my depression episodes, I wrote in my journal, wake up, don't you know that life is passing you by? And I read the whole thing, and I was like, you know, this would be a good song. And then that's how I came up with my first single, like, wake up, don't you know that life is passing you by? And you know, whenever I'm in those spaces, I just kind of, I'm trying to not beat myself up about it and just let it roll and just write how I'm feeling, because you never know if I'm gonna write another hit in there while I'm in my little episode. But but yeah, it's not always natural to me, but when it's not, I just kind of take that time to myself to just be like, okay, not everything has to be perky all the time. I can be chill, I can be sad for a second, but I'm not going to wallow in it. I'm not going to let it stop me from achieving my goals, because I know at the end of the day, if I sit in it, that's going to make me feel worse. Mm-hmm. So
I have to ask you this. Do you know your big three?
I think it's Libra, and then Cancer, rising.
Dang it, I should have said it first, because I was about to say I'm feeling Cancer energy, and no one will believe me now. No one will believe me.
I'm sorry. What, do you want to guess the last one?
No. I said it for the Cancer energy. But sorry, Cancer rising.
And I think it's Pisces.
That would make sense. Regardless, I'm feeling the water. But I don't know. Anyway, this is not the podcast for that. But
I'm like, we can go there.
Anyone that is hearing it is like, yeah, girl. We hear it,
like,
girl.
We can tell.
Obviously, we've discovered that music it's very connected to like who you are and almost like your journey.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some artists that you are inspired by, or also maybe created that same comfort for you that creating your own music did?
Well, number one, Michael Jackson. I am so inspired by his artistry, like in his work ethic and the way that he creates music. I feel like I created the same way. Like he wasn't really like an instrumental player, and he would hear it all in his head and he would sing everything that he wanted on his tracks. And that's kind of the same thing that I do. And even before I found out that he did that, I was like insecure about it, because I was like, dang, I gotta learn how to do some instruments. And then I found out Michael was producing music the same way I was, and I was like, okay, I'm all right. So love him down. That's my mans. Anyway, love Ari Lennox, and of course Beyonce, Queen Bee. I don't think I match her style wise, but love her work ethic. Like,
I was looking up artists as well and just figuring out their mind as I do. And one of the quotes she said, she was like, basically every performance I gave my all to. Whether it was small or not, you know, like even just, okay. So I have to go down this road because I've even been thinking about this as I am putting myself out there for performing. Yeah. Especially even for the live lounge. Like, I don't know how many people are going to be there, but we're going to like have full out choreography,
right?
And we're gonna
literally we've been practicing so hard, y'all. Like, I'm so excited.
Yes, like we're gonna do this thing and perform as if there's thousands of people watching.
Yes.
And have as much excellence as we're gonna have for however many people are gonna be there. And there's like, of course, she's Beyonce because of that mindset. Like, that is what you do, I feel, in order to create the experience that you want. You become the performer before you have the audience,
Exactly.
And then that's what like makes you
exactly
create the audience. With that, right, Beyonce level is like crazy, but I mean not too crazy for anyone to get there. I'm just saying, right? What is your, like, give me your biggest dream? And I don't mean the one that you necessarily tell people. I kind of want to know what's the big dream that you kind of might hide, right? That might be like scared to say out loud because it's so big.
That's funny that you say that, because like whenever I talk to normal people, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna start my little studio and do voice lessons and blah, blah, blah. But I think what I truly desire is to be able to live comfortably making music and performing and traveling the world. I kind of see myself as a nomad. Like, when I really start going to places and performing and dropping my little lines of love and be like, I hope that inspired you, and then going to the next spot. And I want to be able to write songs for artists like Beyonce.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I will be satisfied. I don't have to be like Beyonce big. That might be a bit too much. She can't go into Target. True. I mean, none of us are supposed to be going to Target, but you know what I mean. But that's a bit too much. But if I was on that like success level where people like they hear Deyana Janae and they already are like, yeah, that's gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna be satisfied.
I mean, it's a beautiful name.
Thank you. It actually means, so Deyana is Hebrew for the gift of God. So whenever I'm doing my manifestations and I'm trying to like remind myself who I am, I'll just be like, you are a gift from God, a gift from God. You're okay. You're all right. You got this, Deyana Janae. And I feel like whenever I say it, it's just like it's a manifestation in its own. So, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you manifest things? Is that a part of your process?
Yes, I do. I don't know if I do it right, but I do.
Is it working?
I think it is. I think it is. Like,
I think that means you're doing it right.
It's working. I will say
Yeah.
everything that I've ever said that I wanted and wanted it real bad, it's always found its way to me, whether it be like instant or it'll take a couple years. I've always gotten like I've always reached my goal. So I will say the manifestation, it be working. It be working.
When I was like battling with my brain of like, okay, do I like want to believe in this or not? It's kind of like, well, if it is a fact that whatever I believe is true, I might as well believe the really good things,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Tell me what's next for you guys. Tell me what's coming up.
So right now we're just building up our reputation, and then next is EP and festivals. So
cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, you already have people on the lookout, but I'm excited to watch you guys grow, to be a part of this journey at all.
Thank
in any
you.
Capacity.
Thank you. And I'm excited to see you. Like, you don't understand. I'm so excited to like see you do your set and us like dancing and stuff.
Oh,
like,
it's gonna be so
good.
fun.
Like, y'all aren't ready.
You are not ready. Speaking of, if you want to see us collaborate together, please catch us at the Live Lounge. It's a rooftop in Dallas. We'll be performing along with one other fabulous Black female artist. And of course their band. Yeah, this is June 7th. It's a Saturday night, and you can get some drinks and some food as well with your ticket, or you can just come and support the artist as well, if that's more of your vibe. But it's been so nice having you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a good time. Like,
I agree.
Like, this was good. This was great.
Okay, thank you guys for watching, listening, and yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.